Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get grounded in our sitting bones. Either coming into simple seated or half lotus. Bring your shoulders over your sitting bones, from your pubic bone to your sternum lengthening. Close your eyes. Just coming to your breath, breathing in through the nose. And then following the exhalation out through your nose. The end of the exhale, coming into the inhalation. And at the end of the inhalation, moving into the exhalation. And when you're ready, moving into Ujjayi breathing. Into the sound of your breath. This is the plug-in for the practice, the touchstone. Let's go ahead and exhale completely, empty your breath. We're going to slowly open the eyes. We're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears, take the shoulder blades down your back, squeezing between the shoulder blades all the way down, drop your pubic bone. Lengthening all the way up through the spine, shoulders away from the ears, lifting the upper thoracic and then the cervical looking up. Exhale, dropping your chin down to your chest. But your chin is there, we're going to drag it over to the right shoulder. Pause for a moment. And then we're going to drag it back down, center over to the left. Looking over your left shoulder, back center. I'm going to go ahead and drive it all the way around. Use your eyes. Exhaling to the left. Center. We're going to keep the shoulders in the back and more to the right. One more time. Exhaling to the left. Back center. Extending through the crown of the head. Shoulders are going to come up. Take your shoulder blades down your back. Squeezing, taking the shoulders all the way down. Drop your pubic bone. From your pubic bone, lengthening all the way up through the spine. Lift your sternum. Opening the chest. Exhale, dropping your chin down to your chest. You're going to take the chin over to the left shoulder this time. Exhale, center. And over to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale, coming over to the left. You're going to drive it all the way around and use your eyes. Exhaling to the right. Center. And to the left. Feel what you're doing. Exhale to the right. Coming through the crown of the head. Shoulders are going to come up. Take your shoulder blades down your back, dropping them down. Drop your pubic bone, lengthening all the way through the spine, opening the chest. Exhale, dropping your chin down to your chest. Looking forward and just receive those. Hey, Kara. And then we'll go ahead and come over our legs. We're going to bring the palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. from here, just feel it, and then we're gonna take the shoulder or this sitting bones to the heels for child's pose. We're gonna extend, lengthen the body, the torso, rest your forehead for just a moment, come to your breath. We're gonna come then into cat, shifting from cat into cobra. Sitting bones up for cow, and then moving back into child's pose with extended arms. So we're going to emphasize the poses as we're coming into cat, transitioning into cobra, sitting bones up for cow, and back to child's pose. And we're going to go ahead and do this about 3 more rounds, trying to smooth it as you're keeping the integrity of each pose. Keeping the breath deep and smooth. Coming to the sound of your breath. Noticing where in your body, maybe there's a little catching, and just try to smooth that out. Breathe into it. Cat moving into cobra. Moving into cow. Finishing meeting in child's pose. We'll meet in child's pose. Once we're all in child's pose, we're going to pass through table into downward facing dog for 5 breaths. We're going to ground the palms. Move your hips away from your wrist. Imagine someone has a strap around your upper thighs, pulling up and back. Just freeing the neck and the torso. Armpits are nice and opened. Moving it back into the legs a little bit, dropping the heels towards the floor. Go ahead and drop for knees. We'll be in table. Shoulders away from the ears for a moment. And let's go ahead and do 3 cat-cows. So we're going to bend the elbows, sitting bones up, lift your sternum, straighten the arms, get round. Bend the elbows slightly, tucking your sacrum, coming around, belly to the spine. For cats. 2 more rounds like that. Coming into cow. Exhaling into cat. Up in the cow. Exhaling into cat. Then into neutral table. You're going to ground the left palm. We're going to take this right arm up, reaching. If you're looking down at the left palm first and then turning to look up at the right palm, open the chest, take this right arm through, threading the needle, right shoulder comes underneath the left. So we're going to find the sacrum through the crown, find that line of energy. Left palm on top of the right, stack those shoulders, bring this left arm up. So the shoulder is what's going to move back first, not the wrist. We're going to open as much as is available to you today. Release the hand to the hip. Palm is going to face up. Top of the wrist all the way along the side body. So from the sacrum to the palm, Ujjayi breath. Breathing into whatever's tight, keeping your hips square to the floor. We're going to release this left palm underneath the left shoulder. That's how we're going to come up. We're going to press into that left palm. From here, we're going to come back through the table. We're going to extend. We're going to zip the legs up. We're going to bring the palms in line with the head, down. And we're going to turn the head to the left. We're going to take this left palm, shift the hips over to the right a little bit, and we're going to open out the left knee, the right knee, maybe. It's all progressive. Maybe opening this left arm out, turning the right palm up if it's not already up. And then just maybe that left canvas can come all the way back and be caught. Otherwise, just keep integrity of the pose and breathe. Keep the neck relaxed. Keep the breath deep and smooth. More breath. We're going to slowly release, releasing this right leg, rolling left leg, left palm, right underneath. And then we'll come into table. And then we'll come into child's pose, high padding knee. And we're going to then tuck the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Let's get a couple of breaths here. And then we'll drop to our knees and be in table. We're going to ground this right palm and we're going to bring this left arm up. So maybe looking down at the right palm first and then turning to look up at the left, reaching with that left wrist up. And then we're going to thread the needle, thread this left arm all the way through. Right palm presses, right palm on top of the left. Right shoulder stacking on top of the left. We're going to bring this right arm up. Ujjayi breath. Breathe. The leg is tight. We're going to release the hand to the hip. Palm is going to face up. Top of this wrist all the way along the side body. Overhead. The arms over the ear. Right palm pressing. Soften the at the face. The torso is turning towards the ceiling. It's not going to get there, but that's the direction it's turning. Hips are square to the floor. Come to your breath. Soften your face. Right palm underneath the right shoulder, pressing to come out, back into table. From table, we're going to extend forward. Sacrum to the belly, left palm presses, and we're going to begin to turn open to the left. Left palm is going to face up. We're going to bend this right knee, possibly the left knee, shifting the hips for alignment. Extend this right arm up, opening this right arm out. Ujjayi. Really. Softness in the neck. Let's go ahead and release, extending this left leg, rolling onto the belly, coming onto the belly. Palms are going to be underneath the shoulders, and we're going to press back in the table. And then we're going to come into child's pose, extending the palms. And then we'll pass through into downward facing dog, Ujjayi breath. Let's come to the balls of the feet, up onto the toes, and then we're going to heel toe all the way forward until we bring the feet directly underneath the hips. Bend your knees, put your thumbs in your elbow pits, release your neck and your head. Ujjayi breath. Soften the toes, let the arms hang like cooked noodles. Keep breathing, and on the exhale, releasing the spine a little bit more. Let's press the four corners of each foot into the ground, straightening the legs, tucking the sacrum. And we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, shoulder blades down the back. Palms are going to face up, reaching out all the way up, looking between the palms. Palms touch maybe, opening the chest, and then releasing the arms all the way around to your heart. Shoulders down the back. Release and just receive that. Okay, nice. Let's go ahead and come to the top of our mat. So feet are going to be parallel. Sacrum down, belly back. Palms are going to come to the heart. We're going to go ahead and bend the knees. We're going to bring the heels up. And we're going to bring arms by the ears. Oops. In between the palms. We're going to lower the heels. Arms come out to the side. Forward fold. Release your neck and your head. Inhale, coming to flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring the right foot back. Left foot back. Plank. Chaturanga. All the way down to the ground. We're going to zip the legs up. And we're going to bring the palms underneath the shoulders, elongating through the crown for cobra. Exhale, releasing, keep the elbows tight, tucking in the toes, pressing back into downward facing dog. We're going to ground the left foot. Take the right leg into a diagonal, square the hips, pressing into the palms. Going to bring this right foot along the midline between the hands, drop your back heel. For warrior one, hips are going to come a square. We're going to bring the arms up, bending this right knee deeper. Taking care of your stance. Maybe it's a little shorter, needs to be a little shorter. We're going to release. Back into plank. From plank, we're going to come into chaturanga. Now, either coming into cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhaling, downward facing dog. You're going to ground the right foot, take your left leg into a diagonal through the big toe mound, and we're going to bring this left foot all the way through. And we're going to ground that, take the right heel in a little bit, square those hips to face forward, bend that left knee, extending the arms up. Ujjayi. And release down, coming into plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ujjayi. We're going to ground the left foot, take your right leg into a diagonal, square the hips. Right heel to the bottom, open that right knee, strong. Maybe looking forward, maybe turning to look over your left shoulder to see if you can see that right foot. And that right hip point strong. Taking the right hip point back in line, squaring the hips, extending this right leg into a diagonal, bringing this right leg all the way through. Rounding your back heel, coming up for warrior one. From warrior one, palms come together at the heart. We're going to take the left hand to this left hip as we open out. Right hand to the knee. Drop the sacrum to the belly. Drop those shoulders down the back, soften the toes. We're going to look over that right middle finger. Inhale, we're going to bring that left arm along the back leg. Exhale, forearm comes to the thigh. For modified side angle, we're going to go back 2 more times. Inhale, back arm along the back leg. Exhale, forearms to the thigh, left arm alongside the ear. Last time. The toes soft and supportive. Exhale. Modified side angle. Engage the sacrum to the belly. We're going to maybe come deeper here. Left hand comes all the way around, anchoring that sacrum. Shoulders over the sitting bones. Soften the toes. Back palm faces up. Cartwheeling all the way forward. Good. Coming into plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Good. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Ujjayi. Breathing. Relax your face. We're going to ground the right foot. Take your left leg into a diagonal. Left heel to the bottom. Open the left hip point strong. And maybe look forward. Turning to look over your right shoulder. And see if you can see that left foot. Ujjayi. Breathing. We're going to take that left hip point back around. Extend that left leg into a diagonal. Bring your left foot all the way through. Round your right heel. Square the hips. Extend the arms up. Arms are going to come to the heart. Sacrum down. We're going to open out for warrior two. Sacrum engages to the belly. That knee is open. That thigh is going back. Inhale, back arm along the back leg. Exhale, modified side angle. And inhale, coming along the back leg. Exhaling, modified side angle. Last time. Exhaling, modified side angle. Engage the sacrum to the belly, maybe coming deeper. Right hand comes all the way around. Back into warrior two. Soften those toes. Back palm faces up. And we're going to cartwheel all the way forward. Palms are going to come underneath the shoulders. Passing through chaturanga. Into cobra or up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Ujjayi. We're going to take the right foot forward, left foot forward. Inhale, flat back, hold. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to bring the heels up. From the heels coming up, we're gonna bring the arms by the ears, sit, and then we're gonna press all the way up, lengthen through the crown, engage the sacrum. You're gonna lower the heels, bringing the arms all the way around to your heart, shoulders down away from the ears. Close your eyes, soften your toes, and just receive that. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and come into tree pose. We're going to come into mountain to begin with. We're going to ground the feet, sacrum down, belly back. Lift your sternum, shoulders away from the ears. Elongate through the cervical, through the crown. As we're grounding, we're rebounding up through the crown of the head. We're going to anchor down through that left foot. Find your gazing point. Turn your right knee out. You're going to bring your right heel either above the ankle, lower leg, above the knee, wherever you're going to work it, maybe into the inner thigh. Hips forward, knee opening out. Thumbs are going to come to the sternum. Maybe the arms are going to come up. Maybe they're just, palms are going to be away from each other. Maybe they're going to come together and interlace the first three fingers, or the last three fingers and the pointer finger points up and the thumbs cross. Lower ribs back to the kidneys. Your ankle is wobbling a little bit. It's okay. It's actually good. Strengthening that ankle. Sacrum down, shoulders away from the ears, widen the collarbones. Slowly release. Palms are going to come down to the heart. Releasing into mountain pose. Palms receptive. Round your right foot. We're going to turn that left knee out. And we're going to bring that left heel to wherever you're going to work it. Palms are going to come to the heart. Sacrum engages to the belly. We're going to move the arms up. Elbows might work towards each other, and maybe the palms can touch. Maybe interlacing the pinky, ring finger, and middle finger together. Pointer comes up. Thumbs cross. Find the stability, the grounding. So maybe if there's some wobbling going on, it can just bend easy. It can be like grass through the wind, right? It's not going to be pulled out. It's not going to fall over. And then let's slowly release all the way down into a mountain. Just receive that. Okay, good. Let's bring the feet hip width. And we're going to engage the sacrum. We're going to bring the palms towards each other. Arms up and towards each other. The right palm is going to face towards the ceiling. This left L is going to come to the wrist. We're going to press through the palms. The elbows are bent and soft, though. The hips are going to go to the right. And we're going to turn to look outside that left foot. The right elbow is stacked over the left elbow. And then as it progresses, we're going to turn to look forward and then maybe up towards the ceiling as you continue to breathe. Just slowly press all the way out through that right palm. And then we're going to release the arms. Back, realign the upper body. Bring the arms up again. Left palm this time faces up towards the ceiling. Right L. Let's go to the left. We're going to turn to look over to the right of the right foot. As the pose progresses, maybe looking forward. Maybe looking up at the ceiling. Ujjayi. Into the feet, coming all the way out. Releasing. Feet come together and just close your eyes and we see. Nice. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to we're gonna do a couple things with the palms. We're gonna bring them just together here, pointing down. We can grab the elbows, or we can turn the palms to face up. So wherever you're at, we're going to ground at the feet. We're going to bend the knees just so slightly, or maybe deeply. Hips are going to come forward. We're going to lift that sternum up towards the ceiling. As we're holding the elbow, opening the calves. Breathing, opening the chest. Find your feet, hips forward, lift with the sternum slowly coming out. We're going to release the hands. Hands come to the hips. We're going to walk the palms down the thighs, elbows to the thighs, above the knees. Release your neck and then release all the way forward. Maybe using your hands and bringing your feet closer together and then coming into a forward fold. Ujjayi. We're going to press the feet into the floor. We're going to tuck the sacrum and we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulder blades down the back, opening the chest and just releasing. So we'll need a block. So we're going to go ahead and have the block to the outside of the right of the mat. We're going to step this left foot back. So we're going to come into triangle to begin with. We're moving into triangle to half moon. So we're going to open this left hip out. We're going to bring the arms out. Make sure you're equally in the front body and the back body. And then we're going to just tilt over this right hip into this hinge. Releasing this right hand down. This left shoulder is going to open, maybe bringing this left arm up. So we're filling out through the arms, through the legs, through the torso. Beautiful. Maybe looking up at the left arm, maybe just looking forward. We're going to bring the left arm alongside the ear. Reach. And we're going to bring this left arm all the way around to the left hip as this right knee bends. We're going to step into the right foot. We're going to bring this block, possibly, maybe you're not going to use a block, about 10 inches to a foot in front and to the right of that right pinky toe. Pressing through the standing leg, through the back leg, through the right arm as you begin to open the left hip. The left shoulder opens, and maybe extending this up. And then from half moon, we're going to drop this left hip point. And we're going to begin to extend the arms out for warrior 3. Good. And then maybe taking the block into the left hand, underneath the left shoulder, as we continue to take the torso to face towards the floor and opening this right shoulder. With the hands at the right hip and then turning to look to the left. Keep extending through that back foot. And then maybe bringing this right arm up. Good. Sacrum to the belly. And bend that right knee. Step that left heel back. And maybe you're going to take the block with you. But we're coming into revolved triangle. Square the hips. Keep twisting to the right. Bringing this right arm up. Ujjayi breath. We're going to release this right hand to the hip. Maybe stepping this left heel in just slightly. As we square the hips, face forward on the mat. Hands to the hips and then extending those arms forward. Ujjayi breath. Right hand is going to come down for a triangle, and we're going to end in triangle here on this side. Left shoulder opens out, extend this left arm up. Pull out with this left arm. And feet are going to come together. And just receive. Okay. We're going to take the block now to the left side of the mat. The right foot back. Coming into triangle on the other side. Square the hips. Bringing those arms out. Coming over the hinge here. Bringing that arm down the leg. Stopping when you need to. You don't have to go all the way. The integrity of the pose is more important. And the openness in the pose than getting really far down that just comes right arm alongside the ear. Right hand comes all the way around, bending this right knee, right hand to the hip, and we're going to bring this block again, 10 to 12 inches to the left of the left pinky toe, straightening through that left leg, with the right leg, with the left palm, and then beginning to open the torso out, bringing this right arm up. Maybe looking up at the right palm. Ujjayi breath, trying to soften the toes. I'm going to go ahead then and we're going to drop the right hip point down. And squaring those hips, extending the arms out for warrior three. Imagine someone's taking a wrist, pulling in the opposite direction of someone pulling your right ankle. I'm going to release this right hand onto the block. This block is underneath the right shoulder. Then we're going to begin to, maybe you're going to just hold it here. Maybe you're going to begin to twist the torso to the left. Trying to keep extended energy into all of the extremities, and then bringing this left arm up. Or revolved half moon. Slowly coming out of that and stepping back for revolved triangle. Sending through the legs, through the torso as you twist, and then bringing this left arm up. Ujjayi breath. I'm going to release this arm down. We're going to maybe step this right heel in just a little bit. Hips are going to square, ground the feet, and we're going to bring the arms extended. Maybe looking down, maybe looking up. Ujjayi breath. And now we're going to release left hand to the ankle. And then shift maybe that right hip or that right heel, opening for triangle. We're going to pull that arm out. Right foot is going to come to face or to the left into mountain. Close your eyes and just receive. Okay, beautiful. We're going to do a round of flow fit, and then we will move to pigeon prop. So let's ground the feet, take the sacrum down, belly back. Palms are going to face up, receptive. We're going to lower down. Palms come into position, a little bit of a push-up. Back to the feet, pressing all the way up through the crown. Slowly lowering all the way down, back to position. Right foot comes through. Back to position, left foot through. Back to position, pressing all the way up through the crown. We're going to lower down, back to position. We're going to take this left foot forward, right foot back. Right foot forward, left foot back. Back to position, pressing all the way up through the crown. Exhale, we're going to lower down. We're going to bring this right arm back, left arm back, right arm around, left arm back, right arm back, left arm around, right arm around. Pressing into the feet, going all the way up. We're going to lower down. Set the feet back. Bend your knees, approach the feet, pressing all the way up. Going to the top of the mat. We're going to lower all the way down. Through into plow. And then coming back up. Pressing all the way up, dropping your shoulders. Close your eyes and just receive. Nice. Okay. We are going to do pigeon prep out of moon salutation. So if you need a block, have one along. So to the top of the mat, ground your feet. Sacrum down, belly back. Palms to the earth. Good. We're going to extend the arms out. Bring them up. Palms connect all the way down the midline. Forward fold. We're going to bring the left foot back. For lunge, drop your left knee, lower your hips. Between the knees, we're going to bring the arms up. Interlacing the fingertips, palms are going to come up, maybe looking up. We're going to release the arms, interlacing behind, pulling back. And then we'll release, coming forward. We're going to walk this right foot over to the left. Back of the back leg, that left thigh rolls in. Square. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. And here we begin the journey. Opening the chest, looking up. Exhale, slowly coming forward. Take your time. Staying connected to the breath. You can keep squaring. Breathing into whatever's tight. We're halfway there. Keep drinking the breath. Every once in a while, keep lengthening and squaring. And just keep at a nice intensity. We begin to deepen the breath. And we're going to very slowly begin to come out. We're going to lengthen back through that back leg. We're going to bend the left knee. We're going to reach for the inner ankle. Maybe that's where you're going to stop. Maybe it can slide into the elbow pit and just hang here. Maybe you can bring this right arm out, squaring the torso to face front. Maybe bringing this right arm up, bending that right elbow, maybe hooking the fingertips. Ujjayi breath. We're going to slowly release out. We're going to tuck that back toe. Very slowly and respectfully bringing this right foot back into downward facing dog. Bending the knees. And then the chest is going to come between the elbows of the hands. Sitting bones perking maybe on the chin. Extending the legs, tucking the sacrum to the belly. Lift the sternum. And the cobra. And then releasing. Elbows tight. Pressing it back to the downward facing dog. Stepping this right foot forward, dropping the left knee, lowering the hips, bringing the arms up, keep lowering those hips, opening the chest. And then releasing. Left foot comes to the right foot, hold. And then with a flat back, maybe bending the knees, coming up with a flat back, palms to the heart. And we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to extend the arms out and up. Exhale, down the midline, folding. Hands by the feet. Take your right foot back. Bending that right knee, space between the knees, lowering the hips between the knees. Bringing the arms up, interlacing, palms face up towards the ceiling. Up. Facing the arms back. Bending the elbows, pulling back, opening the chest. Then we're going to release, coming forward. We're going to take this left foot across the right side of the mat, drop that knee down, extend that right leg. Right thigh is wrapping into the midline. Square those hips, extend through the back foot. Maybe just looking back there to make sure the leg is tracking as straight as you can get it. You need a block to keep the hips squared. You can use that. We're going to lift the sternum up, look up. Exhale, we're going to begin to come forward. Ujjayi breath. Slowly as you need to. Each side is a little different. Maybe this is a little harder on this side. Maybe it's a little easier. When things get intense, come to the sound of your breath. The sound of Ujjayi breathing. We're halfway there. Keep squaring. Ujjayi breath. Keep plugged into the breath. And just receive the releasing of the hip. Okay, so we're going to begin to deepen the breath. Very slowly beginning to come out. We're going to extend through that right leg, bend the right knee, reaching back for the inside of the ankle. So maybe it's going to slide into the elbow pit, maybe extending this left arm out. Maybe this left arm is going to come up, bending. Ujjayi breath. Then very slowly, we're going to release. Get that back toe. Bring this left leg back for downward facing dog. And then dropping the knees, chest is going to come between the L's of the hands, sitting with perky, maybe on the chin, extending the legs, tucking the sacrum, tucking the sternum. Exhale, releasing. Keep the elbows tight, tuck your toes, pressing back into downward facing dog. Bringing that left foot forward, dropping the right knee, lowering the hips. Bringing arms up. And then releasing, right foot joins the left. Coming into a forward fold, maybe bending the knees, but coming up with a flat back. Palms are going to come to the heart. Shoulders away from the ears. Just receive the practice. Okay, let's go ahead and lower down. And we're going to do 10 lemon squeezers. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to come to our sitting bones. We're going to lift with the sternum, shins parallel. Arms are going to come out by the side. We're going to lower to half boat, coming back up. There's one. Again, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's pull up. We'll come into a full boat with the sternum. And release. Nice work. Okay, let's prepare for final relaxation. So we're going to lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. And we're going to take the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the right knee in. Extend through that left leg. We're going to hold behind the hamstring. Flex both feet. Straighten this right leg. We're going to point the right toes, left toes. And then just release the ankles. We're going to bring the left and right palm all the way up, coming into a forward fold with that right leg. And then releasing down, we're going to bring this right leg up and out to the right. And then we're going to bring this right foot on to the left thigh, pulling out, pulling that knee over to the left. Yeah. Now we'll bring that knee back into the chest. And then we're going to set both feet down, take your shoulder blades down, release your lower back. We'll bring the left knee into the chest, extending through the right leg. Just pulling that left knee in. And we're going to hold behind the hamstring, flex both feet. And then we're going to straighten this left leg, pointing the toes, left and right foot. Release, and we'll extend the left arm up the leg to wherever it reaches, coming into a forward fold. Releasing. And then bringing this right arm out at a T, either holding behind the left knee or the left big toe or the ball, bringing that left leg up and out. And then we're going to release this left foot on top of the right thigh. Left arm comes out at a T, and we're going to pull this left knee across. Left shoulder moves down to the ground, looking up at the ceiling, and then turning to look towards the left arm. Ujjayi breath. And then we're going to bring the left knee back into the chest, hugging it. We're going to bend both knees, release the lower back, tuck the sacrum down the back, and then extend the legs out, shoulder blades on the back, palms face up, and just receive the practice. So receive the support of the floor and the nourishment of the breath. Receive the melting of the body into the relaxation. Maybe making minor adjustments and then just settling back into the realignment of your body through the practice. Next inhalation, I want you to begin to deepen your breath, breathing energy, vitality, oxygen, openness, expansiveness into your feet, legs, pelvis, torso, shoulders, all the way through the crown of your head. Next inhalation, breathing energy, vitality, oxygen, openness, expansiveness into your shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrist, palms of the hands and fingertips. And as you continue to drink your breath, I want you to begin to bring your arms overhead like you're waking up in the morning, extending all the way through your fingertips, all the way through your heels, tucking the sacrum to release that lower back. And then we're going to rotate the ankles and the wrist in full rotations, reversing the direction of the rotations. And then letting the arms rest overhead, bending your knees one at a time, pressing your feet into the ground to release your lower back. And then bringing your right knee into your chest, left knee. There'll be some space. And then we're just going to gently massage the lower back from side to side. And eventually we're going to roll all the way over onto one side into fetal position. I want you just to receive the practice. Acknowledge that you showed up and you participated. And it's a big deal. It matters. It counts. And then we're going to take the palms, we're going to press them into the ground. And we're going to come into either half lotus on the other side or just simple seated, getting grounded. On the grounding, elongating. Come to your breath. Notice how you feel. We're going to bring the palms together at the heart. May this practice be a blessing. Namaste.
So thank you